Hello students. Today we are going to study about the goodwill. As soon as you hear the word goodwill, there are few terms which come in our mind like reputation, like good image, like market standing. These are some of the terms which we use for goodwill. Let us understand what does the term goodwill mean. Goodwill is the reputation or value of the firm due to which it is able to earn more profit than its competitor. Now, children, you have to understand that goodwill is something which cannot be generated or cannot be earned within a day or two. For this, there is a dedication of the firm, the partners, the members, the owner over a long period of time. Say after working for 15-20 years, the organization may build its own brand, its own reputation in the market, and due to which it will be able to sell its product at a higher price than the market price, or will be able to earn a higher profit than its competitors. So goodwill is something which gives this opportunity to the organization to expand by earning more profit than its competitor in the same trade or industry. Now, let us understand about some of the features of goodwill. The very first feature of goodwill is intangible. That means it cannot be seen, cannot be touched. It can be only felt. It does not have a physical existence. So, goodwill is intangible. It cannot be seen. Second feature of goodwill is it has a value. That means the goodwill is intangible. It cannot be seen, but it possesses some price, some value, some monetary value. When it will be sold in the market, it will realize a value. And that is why we say that goodwill is not a fictitious assets. Fictitious assets are those assets which do not have a realizable value, which do not have a market value if they are sold. For example, the preliminary expenses. Goodwill can be sold and profit or monetary value can be earned out of the goodwill. But the another feature associated with goodwill is that the value of goodwill fluctuates. That means the value of goodwill keeps on changing from time to time, from firm to firm, from one organization to another organization, because it is a relative term. It depends upon the efficiency of the organization. It depends upon the quality of the product, which may vary from organization to organization. And that is why valuing goodwill is really a tough task. Fourth, it can be realized when sold along with the business. That means we can convert goodwill into cash or monetary value only when it is sold along with the entire business. Individually, goodwill does not or cannot be sold. It can be only sold when the entire business will be sold together. Now, we will understand what are the factors which affect the value of goodwill. So, children, these are the factors which affect the value of goodwill. Let us discuss about them one by one. First one is favorable location of business. Obviously, it adds to the goodwill of a product or an organization. If your business is located at a prime location where the customers can easily reach to you, they will be able to buy more from you. So your reputation will be more than your competitors who are located far off places. Second one is the efficiency of management. Management plays a very important role. They are able to take right decisions at the right time. They are able to grab the opportunities. They are able to take the decision to expand the business. They are able to judge the situation and take the right decision, because of which the business organization may earn higher amount of profit. The more profit it will earn, the better it will be able to expand its business and will be able to serve the customers. So customer satisfaction will be the prime reason for the efficiency of management. If a business management is able to satisfy the customers in the best possible way, then the goodwill of the organization will obviously improve. Longevity of the business. The business which have been running for a very long period of time, they enjoy more goodwill than the new arrivals or the firms which have newly arrived into the market. Nature of goods. The goods which are mostly used by the people in their daily life, for those type of business, for those type of goods, they enjoy better reputation, better goodwill than the businesses which sell fancy goods, because their taste and preference keep on changing. So the goodwill will be less for them. Possession of license, patent right, copyright, monopolistic right. Any business organization which have all these under their own possession, they enjoy a better reputation, because they will be the only one supplier to supply goods in their own locality, or they will be the only one to sell the goods. Because of that, they enjoy a better reputation. Quality of the product, popularity of the product. The more the product will be popular, the brand loyalty, the more customer will come to the market to buy a particular brand again and again. Why? Because of the quality of the product. So, better the quality, that will improve your reputation, your goodwill. Good industrial relations, that is another factor. If the relationship of one business organization with another business organization is good, if a particular business is not following the restrictive trade practice, if they are not using the cutthroat competition, if they are fulfilling the requirements of the business organizations and the competitors, this will improve their quality of the situation. If they are able to repay their liabilities, and all these things will improve their relationship with the other organizations. Stable political situation is another factor. When, if suppose the government keeps on changing every 15 days, a month, 6 months and a year, what will happen? Each government will come up with its own policies and programs which will have a very bad impact on the business organization, because every time a new government comes, they will have to adjust themselves with the new policies and new programs, and because of that they will not be able to sustain for a very long period with the same amount of profit, with the same amount of quality. So stable government plays a very important role. Now, after the factors which are affecting the value of goodwill, we'll see the classification of goodwill. Now, this is the classification of goodwill. We are going to study about how the goodwill can be classified. Goodwill is generally classified into two types: purchased goodwill and self-generated goodwill. Let us focus our attention towards the purchased goodwill first. What is purchased goodwill? As the name suggests, the goodwill which is purchased. That means the goodwill for which payment is done, or goodwill which is acquired by making payment, is called a purchased goodwill. In order to understand this, let us take an example. There are two companies, company A and company B. Company A has assets of rupees 50 lakhs and liabilities of rupees 30 lakhs. Now, the company A is doing well, it's running well, but company B, the management of company B, approached the management of company A and gave a suggestion that company B wants to buy the company A. Now, the shareholders and the management of company A decided to go ahead with the particular proposal. Now, company B agreed to take over A at a purchase consideration of rupees 32 lakhs or 22 lakhs. Now, you have to understand, children, that company B has agreed to pay 22 lakhs, whereas the assets is of rupees 50 lakhs and liabilities are of rupees 30 lakhs. So first of all, let us calculate the true net worth of company A. Net worth can be calculated by sundry assets minus sundry liabilities. So the assets of company A is rupees 50 lakhs and liabilities are of 30 lakhs. So the net worth of company A is 20 lakhs, whereas company B has agreed to pay 22 lakhs. That means company B is paying rupees 2 lakhs extra. What is this? This is the purchased goodwill. Since company B makes payment for this extra goodwill, so it is called a purchased goodwill. It is a type of capital expenditure. Since it is a capital expenditure, it will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. And this is what I have tried to write over here. Purchased goodwill, goodwill which is acquired by making a payment. Features are like it arises on the purchase of business only. It is recorded in the books of accounts. It is shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. Why is it shown on the asset side? Because it is a capital expenditure, and for this company makes payment. It is amortized over its useful life. Like the other capital expenditures or other type of expenditures, other type of assets, goodwill is also depreciated. So the word depreciation is relevant with the assets which have physical existence. But with goodwill, we don't use the term depreciation, rather we use the term amortization. So goodwill is amortized over its useful life. Now let's talk about the other classification of goodwill, which is called self-generated goodwill. As the name suggests, this is the goodwill which is generated by oneself. That means a business which has been running over a long period of time, they themselves calculate and value and say that their business worth rupees this much. That means their business has earned goodwill over a long period of time because of their longevity, because of their reputation, because of their product, because of their management efficiency. So due to all these factors, the business has earned goodwill over a long period of time, and it varies from business to business. How will they value, how will they calculate, how will they estimate the goodwill which will be generated by them? Such type of goodwill is known as self-generated goodwill, and it is internally generated by oneself or a business. It is internally generated over a long period of time. Correct and true value or cost cannot be estimated. Obviously, when it is a subjective matter, so the value which I have estimated will differ from the value which will be estimated by you, because the thinking of both of us may be different. It is not recorded in the books of accounts and it is also not shown in the balance sheet like the purchased goodwill. This happens as per AS 26, that means Accounting Standard 26. Now we will see what all are the, when do we value goodwill, when is there a need to value goodwill. This is the situation which we are going to discuss when we value goodwill. What all are the situations when we need to value goodwill? Remember, these situations do not arise in case of purchased goodwill. All these situations are related to your self-generated goodwill. Whenever a new partner is admitted into partnership firm, at that point of time, before the admission, there is a need to value goodwill. If an old or existing partner retires, retirement of a partner means before the firm comes to an end or gets dissolved, if one of the partners leaves the firm, it is known as retirement of a partner or death of a partner. Due to any reason, if the partner dies, in both these situations, there is a need to value goodwill. Not only the goodwill will be valued, but other assets and liabilities also need to be revalued. When partners change the profit sharing ratio amongst themselves. For example, there were 3 partners who were sharing profits in the ratio 2:3:3. Now they have decided to share the profits equally. So since there is a change in profit sharing ratio, that is why there is a need to value goodwill also. When one business is to be sold to another, and when 2 or more firms amalgamate, means when 2 or more firms merge together, at that point of time there is a need to value the goodwill before the merger. Let's have only this much for today. In the next video, we will discuss about the various methods of goodwill calculations. Thank you.